YouTube, what's going on? And welcome to the fourth episode of my Let's Talk Tottenham series. In today's episode, I am going to be giving my recap of the North London derby, which did happen on Sunday, which Tottenham and Arsenal did draw 1-1 at the Emirates, and I'm going to be giving you my analysis of the game that just happened over the weekend between probably the two hottest teams in the Barclays Premier League. You had Tottenham coming into the game with a 10-game unbeaten run, so as a Tottenham fan, I was definitely confident of our ability to at least get a draw. And actually, my prediction of the game was 1-1 before the game, so I did get that correct. And Arsenal was playing for a chance to go top of the table over Manchester City, so they were definitely a team that I felt like were good enough to get a draw. So the game could have went either way. It started off very good for Tottenham as opening up into the game, it was very open and a very exciting game to watch the first 5 minutes. Both teams were going back and forth, but then eventually the game settled down, and then Tottenham did get the lead through a Danny Rose through ball inside to Harry Kane, and he tucked it past Petr Cech, and he gave Tottenham the lead at the Emirates. So it was a fantastic start for Tottenham, as Arsenal never really got going in the first half. With Santi Cazorla and Francis Coquelin as the two central defensive midfields, they really got pushed around by Eric Dyer and also Dele Alli and Moussa Dembele, and Tottenham were able to control the midfield for many stages of the first half and keep possession much better than Arsenal were, even though many people would figure that Arsenal had the quality with guys like Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, and Santi Cazorla, but definitely in the first half, something wasn't working. The pairing between Coquelin and Cazorla was definitely not working, and Cazorla needed to come off, and Arsene Wenger realized that, and he put on Matthew Flamini, who scored 2 in the League Cup match against Tottenham. Now, very different scenarios, but Flamini does have a history against us, so maybe he could do something for Arsenal in the second half, as they definitely needed something to jumpstart their game, as they were looking very poor. Then the second half came, and it was about even for the first 5-10 minutes, and then Tottenham started getting a couple chances within the 60th to the 67th minute. We started really getting into the game and starting really pushing Arsenal really hard, and Eriksen had a shot that was deflected and still just went wide of the post. And we had some other chances. Alderweireld, I believe, had a header right there that would have put us up 2-0, but Cech made another save. And then eventually I could sense us losing it. I could feel Arsenal staging that comeback. And then they brought on Kieran Gibbs for Joel Campbell, which honestly I kind of laughed at, because I felt like since Debuchy was kind of injured, I thought that Kieran Gibbs would come on for Debuchy. But Debuchy wasn't injured. He was just acting like he was injured, like most soccer players do. But that's a topic for a whole nother day. But Kieran Gibbs came on for Joel Campbell, and I really wasn't scared at the moment, because I was like, Kieran Gibbs doesn't really have the attacking threat that a guy like Joel Campbell would. I felt like he was almost playing to keep the game where it was when Arsenal were losing. So it didn't really make much sense. But Arsene Wenger definitely had something to say about that, because Kieran Gibbs went up for a header earlier and he got saved by Lloris. But this time Mesut Ozil whipped in a cross from the left side into Kieran Gibbs, and Kieran Gibbs does put the ball right past Hugo Lloris, and he does tie the game at the Emirates. So very disappointing for Tottenham to give up the goal, as they were definitely the better team throughout the first 70 minutes. And Gibbs with the goal, great for him. And it was kind of a lucky finish, as I really feel Lloris should have done better with that save. I think he should have kept it clean. He should have stopped it near post, and it should have gone in. But, I mean, it was just... it's just a frustrating goal to concede, and it was kind of unlucky for Tottenham, but Olivier Giroud did have multiple opportunities to put Arsenal back tied in the game, and he just didn't have it that day. I don't think he's good enough of a striker to be leading the line for a team like Arsenal, who wants to be competing in the Champions League and also the Barclays Premier League, so I really don't feel like Giroud is the man that Arsenal need. So after Kieran Gibbs scored that goal, it was a totally different ball game. Arsenal started dominating the whole game, and Tottenham really did look nervous. But fortunately for us, we did end up salvaging a draw from that game, which I'm kind of happy about, because we keep our 11-game unbeaten run intact, and our young players are definitely proving that they can play with the best players in the world, guys like Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, who beat Manchester City. So they have guys like Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, and Sergio Aguero. So we're definitely showing that we can compete with some of the best teams in the world with guys like Dele Alli, Josh Onoma, and also some other younger players like Danny Rose and Eric Lamela is really coming to his own. So it's really exciting to see how this team has grown, as we're definitely not the same team that we were 2 years ago and since every single season after the Gareth Bale era. So it's really exciting to see the progress that Tottenham have made as a team, and watching them week in and week out, it's very exciting to see how we're playing as a team together and how each piece is really working so far this year. I'm really excited at the progress that we made. I think this year really is Champions League or bust with the way Chelsea have been playing. I definitely think we can outlast Liverpool, as they recently lost to Crystal Palace 2-1. But yeah, I'm just really excited with the progress that we're making as a team. We are the youngest team in the Barclays Premier League and definitely looking like one of the better ones. 11-game unbeaten run is absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with the progress that we made. I felt like a draw was a fair result at the end of the game because as Tottenham were the better team for the first 60 minutes, Arsenal were definitely the better team for the final 30. So kind of interesting how that happened, how the game really flipped after the Kieran Gibbs goal happened. But I was pretty pleased with the draw, and I think also R.C. Wenger will be pleased with the draw, as there were multiple chances for Tottenham to go 2-0 up, and also Arsenal had plenty of chances to tie the game before they did. And that will wrap it up for this episode of my Let's Talk Tottenham series. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Let's Talk Tottenham videos and other FIFA content.